Hello and welcome to the tussle over the tricolour. Now the BJP's latest yatra has been branded the Ekta or Unity Yatra, but it's serving to divide the nation and its polity. Now the Nationalist Party has innocently said that its desire to hoist the flag on Republic Day at Lal Chowk in Srinagar is every citizen's right. But is it being disingenuous in overlooking the ground realities prevalent in the Kashmir Valley? Now the flag hoisting controversy has already provoked separate sentiment in the valley, threatening the fragile peace that was taking hold there after over 100 days of widespread public unrest that left over 100 people dead. Now the Prime Minister has asked the BJP not to politicize Republic Day. Separatists have also vowed to foil the BJP's yatra, and the J&K government says it is determined to halt it. In fact, the BJP has promised not to turn violent during this yatra, yet Omar Abdullah's government has stopped BJP leaders like Anant Kumar, Arun Jaitley and Sushma Swaraj from entering the state. Now, many separatists and BJP workers have also been detained in the valley, and others looking to enter J&K have been turned back. Tonight we'll discuss all this, and the guests we have with us are Sanjay Kaul in the studio with me, a spokesperson for the BJP and also a Kashmiri Pandit. G.N. Ratanpuri, Rajya Sabha MP with the National Conference. From Mumbai, NewsX's own consulting editor Ayaz Memon. And from Srinagar, Maulvi Iftikhar Hussain Ansari, the senior vice president with the PDP. Sanjay Kaul, let me start with you. Why? Why, when the valley is in the midst of such a fragile peace, why, when we have just turned the clock on protests that have killed over 100 people, why provoke the situation?
No, that would presume in the first instance that fragility is specific to a state, in which case I must ask you the same questions.
But isn't it Kashmir is a very special situation?
Precisely what I'm trying to get at. So the question that begs to be asked is, what were the conditions, the set of conditions that created this fragility? And are we going to continuously ignore this until the next 50 years?
Okay.
So the question that we are asking is, if Kashmir is fragile, and that's why you're concerned, I'm asking you, why did you bring it to that? Number one. Number two,
so is the yatra there to draw national attention to the fact that Kashmir is fragile? Didn't we know that?
No, I'm saying you are reading that into it. Your words, not mine.
You said that
we would like to treat it as a normal state.
But is this about 50 years of mismanagement or about today?
No, it's certainly about 50 years of mismanagement gets us here. But we would like to consider it a very normal act. And if you wouldn't be hoisting a flag on 26 January, when else would you want to do it?
But do you actually believe it's a normal act? You don't see the provocation in this? You don't see the fact that because from 1992 was the last BJP yatra where Murli Manohar Joshi tried to hoist the flag in Lal Chowk. He and his entourage were stopped before they could reach there. A handful of them, 10 or 12, were then flown via helicopter to Lal Chowk. They raised the flag hurriedly and then left.
What does that
now,
tell
didn't
you?
that show you that it was not completely normal? And also from 1992 to date, you've never done this before.
And pretty much the same thing is happening today. Our leaders have been detained at Jammu. You just read that out, isn't it? The point is, nothing is changing.
But didn't you know all this?
No. We know all this. And we are saying the status quo has to be challenged. It has to become a normal act.
Okay.
It cannot be exclusive or unique.
Okay.
Elsewhere, they are faced with the problem.
But this yatra was announced long before. This yatra was announced long before the governor's
BJP is
dismissal note
BJP
on
If there's any distraction required, it's the center that requires it.
You have just anchored it.
No, I think you're moved into the realm of absolute ridicule now. This is really, this is just not expected of senior politicians. I think we need to address the really fundamental question. The question that you should be asking is, who created those conditions and who benefits from these conditions and the status quo? It is precisely the politician who is shouting, who's trying to shout me down, who benefits from this. And I absolutely abhor.
Let's give Mr. Kaul 1 minute. I'll come back to you in a minute. Let's give Mr. Kaul a minute to respond to what you said.
I believe that the typicality of the comments that you have heard from these gentlemen, it just illustrates the problem we have with Kashmir. We have a situation where these are the people who feed off the situation, the status quo in Kashmir. Anything that challenges the status quo goes against them, and I charge them both with having the same problem as to the yatra. Our argument is simple. If it is like he said, if there are yatras everywhere, there are parades everywhere on 26 January, why not in Kashmir? Why can't we move freely?
Well,
what is the problem?
One point.
A conquering army.
Sanjay Kaul, this is a criticism you have to take note of.
Have been. Why should?
The accusation against you and the party is that you are not being mindful of its realities, of the state's realities. That for all that you or I may like to say and believe, that it's an integral part of India with no problems, it's a normal part of India. It is not. And in trying to, it's a bit disingenuous to ignore the facts of the matter.
But before I answer that, I think the National Conference and Mr. Ratnapuri are being a little ungrateful in this matter. Just a few months back, when the government was in a big mess, they pleaded with the centre and an all-party meet went. The same two leaders that are being blocked today from entering the state were actually there to talk to everybody, including the separatists as they had wanted. And at that point of time, there was no problem in letting them be in. And now you see that just because you want to unfurl the flag, we have issues. So that tells you exactly how this party and in government is treating the subject and the people, number one. Number two, you said that we have to basically look at this in a sort of a sensitive fashion, because we have to look at the realities of what it is. But that just proves my point, and I think you just said it yourself. It's not we who are in denial, it's the centre and the state which continues to be in denial. The target
but aren't you also falling into the denial if you think you can go to Lal Chowk and raise a national flag? Because if on the face of it seem very simple, but it is a very provocative act.
That's the right of every Indian, isn't it?
No, but it's easy to say that, but it is still a provocative act. Are you in denial of that fact?
The act and its responses are visible to everybody, so that is not a discussion.
So it's not entirely normal.
No, the point is that the integration of Kashmir as a normal part of India is the big question that is not being answered and being challenged by him all the time.
You will back down, or will you all push through?
No, wait at the question. If this is my country, I'm going to go anywhere I want to. Nobody's going to stop me.
So you won't back down?
Not at all. And I suspect...
Even if there's a threat of violence?
Where is the threat of violence? We are not being violent. If somebody else wants to be, he can do whatever he wants to do.
So even if that happens,
of course
even if it provokes other people into violence,
don't forget this is the party where Shyama Prasad Mukherjee died on the way basically trying to enter that city. Okay, there was a permit Raj even then. So please understand that we are continuously going to do that. We are not going to back off. This is my country. I'm going to do exactly what I want to do.
All right, well, that's all.